Hello and welcome to my second match of the Dominion League season, Season 70, playing against VRSmith, who has been away from League for a while, but was a mainstay in A. I mean, probably spent some time in B, but very strong player. Probably top 5 all time. I don't know. I played Mick last season, and he's probably number 1 all time, but Smith is right up there. So yeah, we got a challenge ahead of us for sure. We got a page board, rope, investment, modify, mint, trashing, old witch, draw, and cursing, as well as experiment, draw. Ride can also be draw. You can get a little draw from warrior potentially. You can get plus actions from bandit camp, hamlet, but we don't necessarily need that with page. Yeah, rope looks like a good. Mint doesn't trash. Yeah, mint doesn't even trash rope. That's nice. Rope, page, I think looks like the way to go. Like rope for trashing better than investment. And then, yeah, I mean, if we can get off a big mint, that would be good. Especially because we'll get treasure hunter anyway. Yeah, we could take a second rope here as well. The one thing is that it would be nice maybe to get a second page. Next turn, we're going to see all 6 cards, so we're going to have 4 coins again, but we won't have the plus buy. So this would be the time to do it. We even get a third page. I don't know if that's too many, or like, not too many, but like if we would rather have Ride or a Hamlet. Well, we probably don't need Hamlet, but I think I like getting a second page. And then the question is, do I want to get Ride or a third page? I think I'll get... I think I'll just get Ride. And then here we'll take another rope. Well, that looks minty fresh, it does. I mean, there are arguments for going a different direction, but man, I don't think I can pass up a mint here. Should have looked to see Courtier. Yeah, there's nothing super exciting in Courtier. I mean, once you've got the champion in play, though, you can at least do the plus buy, +3, and it's decent. But yeah, like the argument, I mean, it's not like Courtier is the other card we'd be considering. It's more Old Witch, but 5 copper trash, I don't know, seems very good. We'll still have 5 coins in our deck for the rest of the shuffle, 2 coppers, 2 ropes, and a treasure hunter, and then the treasure hunter will gain us some silver. So I don't know if we're going to want to mint the silver, but the second page means we can eventually potentially mint gold, or we can just trash the mint. Yeah, that was a very unlikely draw for sure. VRSmith could mint here and still trash 4 coppers, which would not be bad at all. Yeah. All right, we could just take another rope here. Seems pretty reasonable. to me. This card of my mint. Probably wouldn't have minded having that trashed, but... Alright, we get to trash both of our remaining estates this turn. When did they get to modify? Turn 5, yeah. More experiments. It's a lot of silvers if I end up playing that treasure hunter. Or is it? Yeah, 3 silvers. That's probably too many. Although the silvers are reasonable targets for this modify that we're going to buy this turn. I'm going to have to trigger a shuffle and top deck 2 of them, which is not great. It's not the end of the world. The alternative... So we hold off on the treasure hunter for 1 turn, at least. Yeah, I think we do that. Get a modify. Okay. The irony is that if we want draw on our deck that we actually keep, we end up getting Old Witch after champions are already done. Champion, not that it really matters, but champion is not a traveler, so it's still not a triple type. The others are travelers, but because champion can't be upgraded, it's not. Alright, well they're getting the Old Witch before the champion is down, but... Alright, so what did they do? Old Witch, 2 experiments, and a gold. That's 4 silvers. That's still a lot of silver. I don't think I want to do that. Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about the fact that we could take rope instead. Probably still not correct, though. Alright, top deck to the champion. That's good. So now... Well, they played the treasure hunter. Damn it. I I've been holding off this whole time, and then they snuck it in, having picked up that old witch. Pretty rude. Okay, so what all did they bought? They got 3 silvers and they bought 2 cards. That's so much. Maybe we're gonna put 2 ropes into play. Modify a silver into an old witch by experiment. Maybe it's still actually fine now. Go ahead and mint a rope too. And we'll have the warrior as well. So we might be alright here. We might also not. Wait, the warrior is a triple type? Oh, I didn't even register that. Oh. Are they going to start greening or are they going to keep building? I mean, I think I'm certainly behind either way. Yeah, the fact that they managed to keep gaining like a bunch of cards at once every time I like drew into my treasure hunter really did not do me any favors. Okay, so could trash the curse, or we could modify. Maybe just getting another modify. And we might as well get some other 5. Because we can mint and then draw that, and then if we want it to be modified, we can still trash the curse. I guess the question is, yeah, do we need more payload. They have like so many, so much of this stuff. It's alarming. I think modify. We do have 3 buys, so let's go with the gold. And then, I mean, gaining an old witch is probably better than trashing a curse that we might be able to trash with the rope anyway. What do we have right now? 8, 10, 16. Trash this, we have 14. I'm just gonna do that. Another old witch. Courtier and experiments. Don't think, yeah, I can't afford the draw. Or the loss of draw, rather. Well, both, I suppose. There's a lot of gold. A lot of gold. Did they trash their mint? They did. I mean, the courtier is just better, of course. At this point. Jeez. Wow. 4 provinces. And there's no way I'm getting 4 provinces, right? Hey. Okay. So... we have 4 cards of draw. Into gold. Gold. Guess we wouldn't have wanted to mint the gold yet if we wanted to gain another courtier, but I don't know if we do. Really? I don't know if we do. There is some chance that they just dud. So I think we play towards that. We just modify 2 golds to provinces, and then we have 6, 12, 13, 14. So go province, double experiment. Like just take 3 provinces and hope they dud. Yeah. And we keep this experiment. Oh, I have 17. I miscounted my money. Wow, we can get 3 experiments. Well, that doesn't look like a dud. Does not look like a dud. Yeah, I don't really think I had a way to win that game. Maybe I wasn't supposed to take that second page. I was supposed to anticipate that it would kind of lock me out there. So we've got mint and scrap and crystal ball trashing. Draw is archive and swashbuckler and ranger. Limited plus actions. Well, I guess scrap trail. So there's lackeys to get villagers, and there's scrap trail. It can give you a village effect. We definitely want to open with a scrap, and then I'm wondering about like traveling fair lackeys, traveling fair grotto. We definitely want to get a big mint off here because scrap is bad at copper trashing, and I don't think we want to play with crystal ball. Grotto can set up swashbuckler activations. Scrap trail can too, actually. We top deck a grotto. We guarantee that we get a big turn 4. And could potentially set up a big mint at that point. Oh, cheapers. Okay. Well, we traveling for a lackeys. Things are a lot less guaranteed. I think I like the grotto. I could see the argument either way, though. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, okay, if we grotto all 4 coppers, we're going to draw 2 of them back next turn, which is 5 coppers. So maybe this is actually fine. We top deck 2 coppers, but that's whatever. We scrap, and we gain a silver so that we have like any money in our deck. And we buy the mint. Yeah. Yeah, this should work. It's definitely not ideal. Right? Like, we'd rather mint 7 coppers, but... yeah, the ideal would have been hold out 3 estates and then draw... you know, you draw 1 estate and... anyway. Okay, so... yeah, there is advance. So we could go silver horse. Planning to advance the horse. Next turn. Next turn we're gonna want to play scrap again. I guess we could also draw a card. Then we would get to mint 6. We go card silver. I mean, we don't really need the silver now, right? Because if we advance the mint anyway. Yeah. Card buy doesn't do anything because we would need 7. Coin doesn't do anything, so it should still be silver or horse. I just don't know. Like, the horse isn't really going to do anything next turn either. We might still want the silver ultimately. And I guess we could take a buy next turn potentially and still get value out of the silver. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the play. We don't see any estates. I guess we should have taken the horse. Huh. Guess we should have taken the horse. That didn't even occur to me, this possibility. Well... okay, so what if we do Grotto for card buy? Scrap Grotto, I mean. Or horse buy, maybe. And then we advance mint and we buy another scrap. And we advance mint into a trail. I think I like that. Buy a scrap. I don't remember whether I said that. But yeah, like that, the 3 coins allow us to buy another scrap. We don't really need the Grotto for a while. That's why I'm thinking to scrap it. All right. So now... what is our next step? I'm going to play the horse. That seems clear. We probably do scrap the trail even though we have these two estates. Oh, wait. Advanced trail. That's a good trick. Yeah, never mind. We should scrap the estates. And get at least one more trail. Comes the swashbuckler. All right, we need card and action. That's pretty annoying. Need buy. And we go buy coin and get trail swashbuckler. I think that's what I want to do. Now it's going to get even more complicated. We're going to decide about like gaining silvers and horses and all that shit on scrapping the trails. And the horses can be advanced. We probably do want to gain horses. We don't need card. We go like action once so that we can play the well, I guess playing the swashbuckler terminally is probably actually fine. Maybe it's just card. Well, no. Buy coin, silver horse. Buy coin, silver horse. Oh, then we're one card short of drawing everything. So we can take card once. Also, we might need to take card up front so that we make sure. Yeah, we have to line this graph and the trail up. Right, okay. Unless we play the swashbuckler in between, I guess. That seems worse. So, card buy silver horse. This board is a doozy. I guess. I mean, the other thing is, do we want that much silver? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just want 1 silver to be able to afford a 4 or 5 without. Well, we're getting the coins too. Well, okay, wait. That I should account for that. So we have 3 coins in our deck, but then the scraps get us to 5, and then if we take 2 silvers, we're at 9. I mean, that's potentially useful. We have 3 buys at most, so we advance 1 horse and then buy 2 things with money, or we advance 2 horses and buy 1 thing with money. Oh, interesting. The traveling fair, right. We could use traveling fair to do VRSmith is doing and just take all the trails. That, yeah, okay. So we definitely want the buy. We should take the card so we can line these things up. And then horse gives us an advanced target, and so then it's just a question of do we want the silver or the coin. Silver, I mean, if we... Yeah, I think we do want the silver. All right, now we don't need the card because the swashbuckler will draw. So you can go buy coin, silver horse. Okay. So how do we do this? Oh, VRSmith had a no, wait, the trail can draw the trail. That's right. Okay. So we advance a horse into a trail. No, wait, no, no, that's not right. We need to buy a traveling fair first. Horse into trail. Top decking it. And we advance horse to trail. Playing this trail. Advance trail to trail. Oh, I fucked it up. We can still take all the trails, but... But maybe we would rather take one more scrap. You didn't like accidentally trash a trail, right? Okay. Yeah, I think I'd rather take one more scrap. Top deck it? I think so. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I did wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have needed to spend 4 coins to buy this trail and could have gotten one more trail out of the deal by spending those coins on traveling fare instead. It was like, I have to... Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it, and I don't feel like dealing with that. All right, so I guess it's going to be pretty hard to plan our turn right now, given we're going to have to like see what the trail shows us, see what's down the trail. Would have been also good to get another swashbuckler, but I think we'll be all right here. Pilout stuff is definitely going to become a consideration here, given that there's advance. It's going to be hard to get a ton of buys because you need the money to buy traveling fare, but I mean, you don't need that much money. So we should be watching out for that. And like, even if we can't advance trails, we can advance horses that we've gained off of those trails. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Yeah, advance can be degenerate that way, in a way that I do not really appreciate. I like the Woodworkers Guild limitation of once per turn for that reason. But I mean, of course, it isn't always combined with traveling fare, which is like, hey, you get a little bit of money, why don't you have some buys? Although, oh, they're not from the same set even. Okay. VRSmith has one unplayed trail. That's right. I have 6. There's one in the pile. All right, there goes the trail. Now, well, never mind. Yeah, you wanted to top deck that, not play it. I understand. Worry not. If they don't have the other trail in hand, they're not going to be able to advance it, like draw and advance it. They probably do, though. The thing that's going to make it tricky about the pilot is like you got to just buy a state straight up. Can't advance into it. They do have the trail. There's another scrap. Which, yeah, it makes sense. Swashbuckler, alright. They've got the villagers, which is nice for top decking that. If they'll just take another lackeys or do another advance. I guess you could take another scrap too, spend the coffer. But swashbuckler lackeys on top. They didn't put the scrap on top, which is interesting. I only got one villager. I would think it scraps the village, so I would kind of think you would want that on top. But if you get more lackeys, then maybe it doesn't matter much. As for our situation, we only have the one terminal in our deck, so we don't desperately need plus actions. We might want to take action with the first scrap, depending on what we see with the trail, like just in case. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we're taking 4 scraps, 6 swashbucklers, and an estate. Okay. So, card. Buy. Coin horse, I'm thinking. Well, it could be silver again. I mean, more money would not be a bad thing, certainly. Yeah, I think I'll go with the silver. Sad. We might not activate the swashbuckler. Do we need to take the action? There is a world where we don't see the other scrap, and we want to... Oh, okay. And we don't activate the swashbuckler. Shoot. Alright. So we have 3 cards in the discard. So we gained... we gained a silver and a horse. Then we gained a horse. Then we gained a silver and a horse. That's 5. So we have 2 horses and a silver down there? No. No, wait, what? Silver horse. Horse. Silver horse. We drew 2 silvers and a horse. We should have 2 horses down there. What is that other card? It's very confusing. How do we have another card in our discard? I don't understand. I'm so confused. legitimately baffled. What is that other card? How? It's not copper. We had 1 silver last turn, right? No, 2. No, we had 3. But then... Oh, was there a card left on the bottom of our deck before we... Okay, that's what it is. So it is... So there is another silver down there. Alright, alright, alright. So now the question is how much advancing we're going to do. So we could have... Right now we have 9 coins, but we could have 11 coins. Province should defend pretty well against a pileout. So I'm thinking... Like, if we play the horse... Hopefully we find the other silver... I mean, we won't get to do that much advancing, I guess, but... It's probably fine. Dang it. Alright, so we want to go, I think, province, scrap, double swashbuckler, and we just don't buy traveling fair. Oh, but we need a lackeys too. Right. Maybe... I mean, we could also take a duchy, I guess. Duchy... So traveling fair, duchy costs us 7, which leaves us with 4. And then we advance... So we don't take another scrap, and we just advance into, like, double... Oh, okay, hold on. Maybe we don't take 2 swashbucklers, maybe we only take 1? And take another scrap. 4 buys. Could be duchy, lackeys, lackeys, advance. Do we need another scrap? I mean... Yeah, maybe that is what we do. We take another scrap. No trails. We could scrap a silver here for like card action horse and then activate the swashbuckler. I don't know if that's worth it though. I mean, it gives us a coffer, but hypothetically, if we trash a trailer, we can take a coin anyway, and scrapping trail is just like way more efficient overall to boot. So I think we just lead with swashbuckler. That's a Awkward draw for them. Unless, no, never mind. Yeah, no, that's just an awkward draw for them. Oof. Goodbye, Swashy. We're also out of villagers. They started the turn with 3, so that's... but yeah, it's lackeys, swashbuckler, lackeys. That'll burn through them pretty good. So we might be at the point where we don't really want to take silver off of scrapping these trails. All right, we have 5 silvers in the deck, which is a lot. And we'll see what they do, but being able to draw up a whole bunch of horses to advance without needing to play any to do the drawing is potentially a very relevant thing. Well, or playing as few as possible, I guess I should say. Like, it's more efficient. At some point, it's more efficient than having the money to buy the traveling fairs because we will have enough buys, but we won't have enough actions or whatever. Although I guess silver is just as good as an action at buying a lackeys if that's what we end up targeting in particular. Assuming VRSmith will take a province here, yeah. So we probably won't be able to win anyway. We'll probably just have to take a province as well. Gotta get the villagers. Well, that does lower piles. Still seems like a stretch to be able to get either duchy, estate, or province plus 7 of these. But I guess we'll see. Trying to decide whether to spend for another lackeys, presumably. Oh. Trying to decide whether the top deck. Okay. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and assume that we want at least 1 action. Just go card action, buy horse, I think. We just go coin, horse. I'm going to activate the swashbuckler again. We could go action again to be able to play lackeys and swashbuckler non-terminally. But the buy is really valuable. To 5 buys. We need to buy traveling fair twice to be able to potentially win. No, that's not true. 3 times? That's a lot of traveling fairs. Right now we have 13 coins in our deck, effectively. So if we have to buy... We get to 5 buys. And we need to buy it 3 times. We'd be down to 7 coins, so we'd need 1 more coin. We've gained 3 horses, 4 horses turn into stuff. Province, Duchy, or sorry, Duchy Estate would cost an extra biochecks, would be more expensive, so it's better to buy Province. So for that we would need 8, we'd need 14 coins. So we're actually almost there. But that's assuming we can advance 7 times, which we almost certainly cannot. So I think we should not worry about that and should just do this. That's right. Silly swashbuckler. Alright, well we can top deck some horses. Not very many, but we're definitely taking a province. We want to take a traveling fair, we can't also take a duchy. It's a little unfortunate. Maybe we don't do that. There's also some tension here between advancing trail, which doesn't cost us a horse out of the deck, but then we have to cycle the horse off the top. We still have 3 villagers, so I'm not super concerned about getting other lackeys. We could just take another swashbuckler, leave 1 horse on top. And then otherwise just leave it be, I think. They're out of villagers again already. I thought they had 3 villagers. No, they couldn't have had 3 villagers because they ended up last turn was 0, so they could only have an even number. Which is presumably 2. Yeah. I wonder if we're supposed to assume that we want to play this horse and so do that first, so we have more information before we play the scrap. I also wonder if we were supposed to take another silver last turn so we could hit double. How many horses are in the trash? 9. It's a lot. So they could double here, but we don't need to double in response, and if they do that, they're going to next turn with no villagers. They did gain a horse. Only 1. Like, they're gonna struggle if they do that, I think. It cost them 10 coins to take a points lead. And then, yeah, buying 3 traveling fares is not enough to pile. Also, they only have 5 cards in hand, and there's 6 things to gain. So I don't think we have anything to worry about there. Okay. Well, they didn't lower piles, so we're unlikely to be able to win or anything here. We could try to double province. I think that makes some sense. To do that, we're going to want to gain a silver. I think I'm just going to play this horse. We even take the action. We probably don't take the action. We probably go card coin, silver horse. We don't need that many more buys either. Okay, we'll spend a villager. Card. Now we take the action. We do need to take a buy here, but that's fine. Oh, the swashbuckler is going to give us coffers now. That'll help. Card, buy, coin, horse. Card. I'm going to go coin, horse. We want another buy. We could just take an action, and then we can play the lackeys without spending a thing. This is our last scrap. goal is like just hold on to the coffers. Double province. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that. Oh, there's another swashbuckler down here. Hello. Well, in that case, maybe we just play the swashbuckler and don't play these horses. 10, 11. We spend one coffer. But we get to keep all those horses. Oh, and we have these trails down here. Whoops. I forgot about that. Now we have the silver, we don't need the coffers to hit double province again, but also the coffers can cover us if we fail to draw or something. So the risk is that they can somehow triple. I think that's really unlikely. Especially with them having no villagers again. Yeah, I think we're... It's funny how this got really close to piling, but... I mean, in some ways it didn't really, but it, pretty close. But I think we're going to end up finishing this on provinces. And if they double province, I can... Well, if they don't double province, I don't need to do anything more than province. If they get... Obviously, province duchy is also in reach, but province double duchy is also in reach if it somehow mattered, which I don't see how it would, but... Yeah, unless they have a stunning triple province here, I think we just win. Yeah, I think they're just banking on us to dud now. Which we shall not. Refuse to dud. Well, that... No, we could also win on piles. Hard action, coin, horse, swashbuckler, card, buy, coin, horse. There's no reason to keep giving horses. All right, surely that's enough to win. Huzzah! On the board! Let's go. That was a long one. It was a very clicky game. All right, we've got goat. We've got Fated Mapmaker. That could be pretty good. Also got Remake Trashing. Not sure that's so relevant. Ironworks and Blockade both look good here. I mean, I guess Engineer too, but less so, probably. Only plus actions is Procession. So, like, ideally, you would want to build towards something where you process a bunch of stuff and then, like, play a bunch of Tragic Heroes. Have a big turn off of that. In practice, it's probably never going to come together that cleanly. And it's probably just going to be some silly pile-out nonsense anyway between the Gainers, Procession, and Pixie all pushing that. I think we're going to open Pixie Blockade. And then look to... We're also going to want Ironworks, like, in addition to the Blockade. Tragic Hero is also the only plus buy other than, like, Pixie Boon stuff, so, like... Yeah, it's going to be weird. You can potentially end up, like, Kintsugiing. Like, you can, like, play Tragic Heroes, gain golds, and then Kintsugi the golds into provinces, which is a little bit cheaper than buying them directly. So that's something. And then you have these Fated Mapmakers that you can react, except that because there's no plus actions except Procession, it might be awkward to put them in your deck in the first place. I also wonder if we're supposed to take a silver for Merchant or not. I'm leaning towards not. Okay, so they do go for the Mapmaker. Interesting. I want the Blockade. I mean, I do see the value of being able to just top deck a Mapmaker. It does trigger a shuffle. You only have 2 cards at the bottom, you get to trash again. Maybe that is better. I want the gains, but... Yeah, actually, I can't dispute that that's a lot of cycling, and you get to play your goat more often. I can't dispute it. So I guess we're just gonna play with Ironworks then to start with. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Well, we're both having the same problem. It won't last forever, though. I think if I were... Well, I mean, I'm going to be in basically the same position in just a second here, but I'm thinking I might be on the Procession train already. Maybe for the second Ironworks. Yeah, that's a reasonable choice for sure. We get to top deck both of our other actions. Which, yeah, I mean... maybe pushes the Procession thing a little further because we can potentially like proc the Pixie or the Ironworks and keep it and play the Mapmaker non-terminally and stuff. I think I like it. Yeah, of course, I guess the odds of this aren't very high. Right, like we already had these two cards on top, and then in addition we get... But we could, the Pixie could draw it, you know, it's possible. Maybe from their perspective, if they drew their Ironworks dead last time, then then taking the second Ironworks makes relatively more sense. Yeah, I think we take that. It's not like the most relevant thing right now, but... All right, so do we want a second Ironworks or a second Procession? I mean, I guess we can potentially get both. Let's start with the Ironworks. And then the Procession. Eventually, we'll get to proc something. Oh, they got to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This occurs to me that I guess popping the Tragic Heroes isn't necessarily going to be trivial. I was talking about the Kintsugi thing, but... Well, here's hoping that our very top card is Procession, and that the card after that is Will-O-Wisp. I guess at some point is also maybe like we don't put the map maker on top. Okay, well, that's something. So down there we have Procession Ironworks, but we don't have any other... Oh, we have the Wisp. So if we were to not play the map maker now, we would trigger a shuffle assuming we see the Wisp, which is not guaranteed, likely. And then... Yeah. Play it non-terminally. In the meantime, I mean, it's probably just another Ironworks and another Procession, right? There's an argument for Conspirator at some point. But, well... Right now, we don't really care about the money. Yeah. All right, now, do we play this map maker? On the one hand, yeah, it's like... We do have also a bunch of copper down there that we would like to skip. I mean, we can just buy another Pixie here, so that part isn't a problem. If we draw both Processions... Wait a minute. Those are our only Ironworks. So we definitely need to play the map maker. Never mind, I got mixed up. Okay. Well... How do we feel about... I don't really love getting another Ironworks. Another procession... Oh, there is the Wisp down there. Okay. Another procession is not crazy. But I am wondering about the Conspirator. Getting another map maker at some point isn't crazy either, but... Oof. Guess... It could also be Pixie. It's a tough call. I'm gonna say Pixie, actually. Okay. Gotta put the map maker on top, even though... Okay, they didn't get the procession lined up either. Oh, okay, here we go. I guess we'll play the Pixie first, though. We do still have a decent amount of copper, and it sure would... Yeah, let's go ahead and just... Bop. Alright, so we're processing the Ironworks. To just gain more Ironworks procession. Yeah, probably. Do this, we don't get to trash a copper. We could just take one Ironworks and a copper and then trash the copper, but I think this is better, honestly. At some point, it is correct to take Conspirator. Or Mapmaker. No, not Mapmaker, because we got the Tragic Heroes for more draw. I think we want another procession. It's just a question of... Conspirator or Ironworks. I'm gonna take a Conspirator. Okay, so we have proc Will-O-Wisp on top, which is not necessarily what we want to proc, but it's good enough. You surely... Oh, I guess you might want to take the second boon. Yeah. That seems like a pretty good one, though. Oh. Well, Horse gets pretty good, too. Oh, that's a good one, too. Dang. Here goes the Tragic Hero. These should be our last two coppers. So we've trashed 4. And they've trashed 2. Which makes sense because we got the Flames Gift. That is an advantage. guess it might also be 3 and 3. I mean, they are first player. And I didn't use goat last turn. I might still have one more copper down there. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out soon enough. Well, I think we saw basically enough of our deck to know that these are our last 2 coppers. We did... Oh no, but we pitched a copper, right? We shuffled 1 copper, so we discarded a copper, and then that's the copper that we shuffled in. Yeah, it should be just the 2. Which means the wisp can only draw the other wisp or the goat. But, I mean, I don't know that they want that right now, but it's a good boon. Oh. Well, this is scary. I didn't think it was likely that they'd be able to pile this turn, but lining up a proc. Oh. Okay. I'm not drawing that goat. Yeah, it's gotta be Ironworks, I guess. And Ironworks for estate for draws. Clever too. You got the actions for it. It's definitely not clear that they are going to be able to pile here, but it's a lot more plausible than I was expecting. They got some good boons for it. Or, well, I guess they didn't actually get the Forest Gift. Oh, jeez. They do have 4 coppers. Okay. They probably have Mapmaker on top that they can react to our... Oh, no, wait, no, because they would have drawn it with the Tragic Hero. Okay. They probably don't. Are they going to go for... Oh, they just... Yeah. Okay, so... Wait, what? Oh, they get to... Because of the River's Gift. Dang it. All right. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if we try to end the game. We're going to try to end the game... There's definitely an argument for going proc Ironworks first. Because that way... we might find something better to proc than the Wisp. Something that gains us a thing. The way that we win this game is probably by piling Ironworks, Procession, Estate, and then getting a province. We proc our Conspirator, we almost have the money for the province. So that part is plausible. Oh, well, there's also, if we can get a gold off of a Triumphant, then we can Kintsugi it for province. And then we do have the money if we can proc the Conspirator without needing to get any other money. Shoot. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we know we're not going to draw the goat. So the only thing down here we can draw with this wisp is another wisp. So it's like, do we just go for it? It's a little unideal to be taking estates now, and like, because we're presumably going to trigger a shuffle and all that. That's the other consideration here. I think I'm gonna. I think we probably do need to. Maybe proc the Ironworks. Yeah. I wonder why that happens first. When gain happens before if the gained card is. Okay. So now we could gain one of these and then proc the Tragic Hero. So it's occurring to me, maybe we end up emptying these 3 piles, and then we don't need all the estates. We just need province. I mean, we need a bunch of estates. I guess it's pretty close to the same thing, but Rocking the Tragic Hero is pretty friggin' good. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have the pile out. So we go with Conspirator. Sure, we can top deck that. And then double play the Ironworks to gain those states. And do we have another Ironworks? Maybe not. Does it matter? Right. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, I think it does not matter. That was a bigger turn than I was expecting. Oh. That was... and that was wild. Man. Kintsugi again. Yeah, I'm not actually sure why my deck took off more than theirs, other than maybe just the trashing thing. Or maybe like the fact that I got to react Mapmaker before they did. The Wisps, I don't know. The Wisps didn't really do that much that turn. I don't know. I wasn't even first player. Alright, so I didn't see what the riverboat card was. Cursed Village. Okay. Not the greatest. Unless you can find a way to get hand size attacked. So Apprentice Trashing. And Kitsugi. Hunter Draw. There's no plus buy. Okay. We want to play with Artisan for gains at least. There's like Smuggler's nonsense. Yeah, the opening is really pretty unclear to me. Like we could, if we go Silver Kintsugi, we have 9 coins in our deck and we have 10 cards, so we're guaranteed to hit 5 and we might hit 6. So that's not too bad. We might just like hand the advantage to a Smuggler's Open though. Friggin' Smugglers. Friggin' Smugglers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna not try to play around that, I guess. And then VRSmith will open Smugglers and smuggle my Apprentice and I'll cry. I think that's my plan. Hey, all right. Friendly game. All right. Now, so we're going to get Apprentice next turn. I think Carpenter, we can start gaining Village Greens. Potentially also Smugglers. We want to do that. If I were them and I had 5, I think I would demand Smugglers and then smuggle the Apprentice rather than buying the Apprentice straight out. Now, if they don't have 5, I could do that. Which is interesting. Although the difference is that it wouldn't get into my shuffle, whereas it would get into their shuffle. So it's not nearly as good for me to do that. No! Shit! Alright, what we could do, though, is we could respond by demanding our own Smugglers. I think I'm gonna do that. Like... Yeah, the Apprentice doesn't get into our shuffle. It doesn't get into their shuffle either. And do they really want to smuggle out Smugglers? Maybe they do, but I wouldn't particularly think so. Maybe I shouldn't have even demanded Smugglers. I don't know. We can't even get Kintsugi. Guess we're taking another Smugglers. We can get an Artisan here. Odds are that they're going to smuggle it, though. Odds are very good. Frickin' Smugglers, man. I hate it. Should ban the card. It's so annoying. I think we just got to do it, though. I was hoping they drew their other smugglers dead, but alas. Alas. They're probably going to get to play it before I do. Well, if they do, at least we can smuggle their 5s. That's something. Alright, what are we getting? Apprentice or Hunter? I'm assuming. It's interesting that they took Hunter before Apprentice. I mean, I guess they don't have any estates left, but... No, what? So rude! Ugh, do I even want anything here? I mean, Riverboat is like not even net draw. Unless... No, there is no unless. It's just not. I don't really want a silver. I don't really want another smugglers. We do have 2 estates down there, so I think we're just going to top deck Apprentice rather than Hunter. Friggin... Ugh. Smugglers ruining my first player advantage. Evil, evil card. Probably should have just bought the damn Apprentice. We could also demand a village green. They at least can't smuggle that. But we don't have any hunters, which seems suboptimal. And we didn't get to smuggle the artisan, so they have 2 artisans, and if we get more... I mean, I guess you only want so many artisans, so maybe that isn't actually a big deal. But... Great. Come on, I need an estate. Come on. God damn it. Ugh. What to do with this carpenter? Oh, the carpenter's a remodel now. How about that? I mean, turning a copper into a state isn't terrible. Maybe it's worse than consuming it, though. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. We still don't have any hunters. And they have 3. Oy, oy, oy. Look at this turn. Look at this turn. Maybe I should be apprenticing these village greens. What did they gain? Apprentice. Hunter. Yeah. Don't have any hunters. We should probably take one. I mean, we could apprentice the silver, I guess. Try to find our frickin' artisan. Nope. I mean, we're just totally lost. What did they even use to afford that province? Was it just 5 coppers and a silver? 6 coppers and silver. Or, yeah, right, that's how that works. Yeah, I'm just gonna resign. Stupid game. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad with smugglers, but like I just don't know what like I should have done differently in order to play around that. Friggin' do not like that card. All right. Secret attack card. Oasis here is. Oh wait. Oh, Frigate. Oh, and Bounty Hunter. Never mind. Okay. So yeah, we've got. Oh, and Junk Dealer. No, Junk Dealer doesn't do anything. Yeah. Okay. Junk Dealer and Oasis don't do anything with Way of the Chameleon. That's what my half-formed thought was, but Bounty Hunter and Frigate do. Lots of thinning. We've got Village Draw. We've got plus buy, but we've also got Frigate. You can maybe use Chameleon to help with that a bit, right? Like you can reduce your hand size by playing some of your draw cards as Chameleon, and that. But I mean, it's still going to be awkward. Do we want to open with a silver, or do we want to just open an Oasis? We're gonna get a Bounty Hunter. That seems clear. I think we want to get a Junk Dealer. I don't think Exorcist is very good here because I think the spirits are gonna be awkward. And if we want to get Junk Dealer, I think that pushes silver a little bit. Although Bounty Hunter is very good at hitting 5, and Oasis is better at finding Bounty Hunter. And Oasis does fit all right into a deck that's dealing with Frigate, so yeah, let's get Oasis, I guess. We could take a Tiara already. certainly not bad. That is a really nice thing to see on turn 3 that I did not get to do. I mean, it is. We don't have the silver in the deck, which definitely makes Tiara worse. But like the top decking is good, and we're gonna want it for plus buy. I think I'm still gonna take one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, it doesn't make sense to draw here, so we will not. Just take our junk dealer. We want to be greedy. We can like avoid trashing estates with junk dealer and figure like, well, we'll bounty hunt a copper and then we'll go back to estates. This doesn't super matter which order we play this in, but that is a reason to maybe lead with the Oasis. Do we draw another estate? We would definitely want to discard that anyway. But there's the Frigate, yeah. Yeah, that is going to be our next 5 as well. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I think I will. Well, no. Let's... If we draw another estate... yeah, actually. Uh-huh. I guess if we were prepared to do that, we should just play the junk dealer first. But whatever. Okay. We don't. Doesn't make any sense to draw here. So. Here, however, we have the choice of drawing to try to find the frigate at the cost of like getting. Oh wait, if they don't play their frigate, then we definitely just draw. I was looking at this frigate in play, but that's the one from last turn. Well, fine. Just top deck it, why don't you? Rude. I think we still want to draw, just because yeah, it's valuable. And I mean, we won't have to discard that much anyway. So I guess we'll discard the estate for similar reasons as before. So they top decked a nobles. How do I feel about that? I mean, we do need plus actions. But is Noble's the best way to get it? It might be, because it's like, it's worth points, and you're going to have to discard after you play Walled Village anyway. But on the other hand, we have the Oasis, which also discards a card. Hmm. And the other issue is we don't actually have any draw in the deck. Well, I guess Frigate itself can be draw. Hmm. I do see the logic, particularly because we don't have the coin. If we had enough for, you know, Walled Village and a draw card or something, I would just go with that. But we don't. Hmm. Yeah, I think we'll follow. Oh, alright, well, I guess we're not getting frigated anyway. Alright, so hopefully... Nope. Okay, well, we can get... We can get another Nobles. Before we start adding, like, Wild Hunt. I mean, we've got the coins for it, I guess, yeah. We're not going to have any treasure to Tiara here, are we? Unless we Chameleon draw with the Frigate. We could do... We don't do that. We can just put a Walled Village on top. That probably makes more sense. Well, I guess we can Chameleon the Walled Village, and then it doesn't draw either. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was talking about, like, I was only looking at the coin cards for when I was saying the Chameleon effect for some reason. I don't know why I was doing that. I guess I had capitalism on the brain. I was watching a game earlier where people were talking about, like, all these capitalism cards, and so I was looking for the coins, but obviously plus cards also affects it. And it's not like I didn't realize that with, like, Nobles and Wild Hunt. I don't know. I guess something weird was going on in my head. Yeah, so obviously we Chameleon the Walled Village. And then we can play Frigate normally. Frigate normally, Nobles for actions, Nobles for cards, I guess. And then we end up with 4 cards, so we don't have to discard. Pretty close to the point where we'd want to get rid of the junk dealer, but not quite there. Okay. So we have like a bounty hunter and Maybe one more copper on top? Because we don't have any other like good stuff in our deck. It'd be nice to top deck a walled village, but then all we can get is like another walled village, which is not the most inspiring. We could also take... No, that's what they did. We could take a silver to Tiara, but I don't really love that, even though like the Tiara is sad that it doesn't have like a better treasure to target. I mean, eventually maybe we take a platinum or something, but maybe we do just go double walled village. I mean, we have the two nobles and the frigate. We have lots of cards that we can use to draw with if we set up with the actions. So I guess we bounty hunt this copper. It's a little unfortunate because what I would rather do is like junk dealer. Well, yeah, junk dealer the copper because then we get a coin out of it. But I don't really see a good. Like if we play the nobles for draw now, we'll just have to discard a card. So I don't really think that makes sense. I mean, I guess we can discard the junk dealer with Oasis. Oh, we do still have multiple coppers down here. Dang it! Who knew? All right. I would like to get platinum, like I was saying, but I don't think now is the time for that. I think we're just going to continue to follow. Do we want to do nobles for actions here? I mean, assuming they get their frigate into play. It has its risks. If we play Wild Hunt for cards, I mean, I guess we could always just discard the junk dealer again. That's not such a tragedy. Yeah, that probably makes more sense than committing up front to playing one of these just for 3 coins. Make sure we draw. Yep. Or we discard the bounty hunter. Oops! I'm an idiot. That last card is a copper. We could... Yeah, no, I definitely screwed this up. I I guess we just discard the bounty hunter again. Go Walled Village Nobles. Nobles is about as good as Wild Hunt. I mean, there is a downside to having fewer Wild Hunts. It gives us less opportunity to take the points, but right now I don't think that's super important. This turn, I'm thinking try to get to that platinum. We could go ahead and bounty hunt the junk dealer this turn, and then plan to bounty hunt the copper next turn. Interesting that they're just like playing Walled Village, play Walled Village, discard Wild Hunt rather than like Chameleoning it. I don't know what the reasoning is there. Because like they top decked a draw card, so it's not like you don't know that you have a draw card. Maybe they just were worried about finding enough walled villages or something. Yeah, we bounty hunt junk dealer, we play walled village, and then we can draw without discarding. So that's all good. We might also want a second Tiara for another buy, but also it's possible that that's just too much to deal with. I guess another consideration here is that if we keep the junk dealer, it's easier to like gain estate, trash estate, rather than having to bounty hunt it. That is a tricky thing. Okay, well, we don't have to deal with that for a little while yet. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do this now. Okay, so we should have another walled village down there, right? Yeah. We can't quite afford platinum and a 5, which is what I would really like. That is annoying. We could take another Tiara. I mean... It's a little dubious. It is a little dubious. but we kind of need it at the same time. Yeah, whatever. This is not the draw that I want to see. We might have to just play the walled village for draw here. I mean, it should in general be fine to play like a nobles for draw here, but I am a little concerned. And discarding I guess discarding the tiara is not really a big deal anyway. Even if we can't get back to it for whatever reason. And do we dare to take another platinum? I mean, I think we do. Dare. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and do actions cards and have to discard again. Ooh. So we're discarding the bounty hunter. That's not really what I wanted to be doing, but oof. I kind of wanted to maybe snipe the points this turn. I guess that's not happening. We go nobles for actions and then draw with the frigate. We discard one card, which can be the tiara, guess, or the bounty hunter. I really wanted to get rid of this copper, but why would we go nobles for actions? You're going to play the frigate. Yeah. Okay. Another platinum. One other wild hunt. But is nobles better to take since I have the money for it? It is more flexible. And it is worth points. But it cannot give us wild hunt points. But you'll need wild hunt to take the wild hunt points. We do have one. I think I'm gonna take the nobles. They're probably going to take the wild hunt points this turn, which is annoying. But I don't really think it could have been correct for me to take it last turn and stop my turn that early. I think I hadn't even drawn my frigate yet. Well, maybe they aren't going to take the points. I mean, they presumably want to redraw that tiara. And that's all their walled villages. So, nope, they are. I guess. Oh, but they draw it with the frigate. Yeah. That's pretty good. They managed to take the points and still be able to draw all that stuff. Annoying to be sure. I think I would just double colony at this stage in their position. But single colony and add some components is also a reasonable approach. 13. You could consider taking a second bounty hunter and then like Noble's Oasis or something. I don't know. Taking 0 colonies is a bold choice. Okay. So playing this for... No, wait. No. Wait, hold on. No, we're going to play that for money. Ah, damn it. I have to use Chameleon. Unfortunate. Another tiara down there, so if need be... Okay. Oof. Wait, how much did we discard here? Still not going to be able to bounty hunt that damn copper. Copper, platinum, tiara. Okay, so we can discard bounty hunter copper and play off all of our stuff. Annoying, but what can you do? Alright, so for sure, taking some colonies. I really would not mind another bounty hunter. Try to exile that crap, and we could take another Oasis. It's not even a bad card to have on top, really. The bounty hunter I don't think we put on top, but the Oasis we could put on top. We could also take another wild hunt. I'm a little worried about piles. We have a points lead, but not a big one. 4 wild hunts in a province. 28. That's within reach. You could even argue, I mean, 5 wild hunts in a province is 31. What did they buy? A bunch of nobles. Yeah, there's a world, but I don't know, taking duchy feels like losing anyway. I think... not. They also have that, yeah, they have oh, they didn't take any colonies. No, they have an estate that they added to their deck, but no colonies. So yeah, I don't know. Their odds of drawing are pretty good. It's a little hard to say how much payload they added to their deck by adding draw cards, right? Like, And they, oh, I guess that, well, the other thing is they only have 4 buys. So they can't pile that way. Oh, I'm going to try to pile on wild hunts? Or estates? Not, surely not, though. Maybe that's just like they're just taking the points with their last wild hunt. No, that isn't their last wild hunt. Huh. Alright, I'm a little confused, but... Yeah, maybe I should have actually taken the wild hunt, because 4 buys, they buy 4 wild hunts. That's still a loss for them. Yeah, I should have considered that. But on the other hand, having the suit 2 bounty hunters, like, gives us a much better chance of, like, sustaining our deck across multiple turns, which I think is a very real possibility that we will need to do that. They really are taking those estates. Oh wait, do they have a win? Ah, shit, they do. Well, Duchy wouldn't have defended against it anyway. Well... Yeah. Oh, why does the ready button not work? So yeah, I guess having the wild hunt control in the end was the play. I'm a little, yeah, I was not expecting it to be able to outscore colonies, but it did. I mean, they also got the points from the nobles the previous turn, which helps, of course. Surely they would have created it by now. I wonder if they're on the other server or something. No? Oh, there it is. Okay, I should... yeah. Ah! Okay, here we go. Alright, we got a Shepherd Kingdom. We have a 5-2, which... oh, Tomb. Hello. 5-2 does not seem very good. Unless we want Falconer, I guess. Well, Falconer can gain Cemetery to trash stuff, so I guess that's pretty good, especially with Tomb. Yeah. There's no plus actions here. Oh, there's Barracks. Never mind. Oh, and Specialist. Never mind. Okay. Right. I do think we want to do a Shepherd draw thing. It's going to be one of those, like, it's not reliable, but what can you do sort of situations, but... yeah, so we don't necessarily want to trash our estates. We want to trash coppers. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we do want to trash estates because we can, like, regain green easily with the Falconer. There is no plus buy. Yeah. So... yeah, it's going to be tricky, because if we, like, trash a bunch of coppers and don't have estates... sorry, don't have money, we're not going to be able to do very much. But we can, I mean, we can Falconer for silvers. but it could be slow going. Well, this is a bit awkward. I mean, it's not awkward if we want to trash our estates, but if we don't, then it is. We take a silver and buy a shepherd. Just take a shepherd. I don't think that makes too much sense. We take a Devil's Workshop and get an imp. That's interesting. Oh, but we'd have to like buy an estate to do that. That's not worth it. Getting one silver into the deck seems good. I mean, I definitely see the argument for going like cemetery, trashing estates. It's tricky, but I think I'm gonna not. I think I'm gonna go for the shepherd. And then I think I want another shepherd here. And hopefully... Oh, okay. Well, this is our... Yeah. We're not going to gain a ghost. Is that a problem? I think it's fine. Wow. That wasn't very likely. Damn. Alright, I think the next goal is to get a specialist. So we're going to draw 4 here, and then we're going to have Shepherd and 2 green cards to draw again with if we want to. Which we probably do, because we want to get to the Falconer. And we will be guaranteed to get to the Falconer, yeah. No, we won't. No, because we're going to have 2 more cards in the discard. So we're going to have 6 cards in the discard total. Falconer, Cemetery, Estate, Pasture, Estate. But we got to try to get to the Falconer. Yeah, okay. So... I said the thing about the specialist. However... we might want another Shepherd because we just top deck 2 green cards. It's really unfortunate we didn't get drawn into the pasture. If we drew into the pasture, it'd be like gain Shepherd, buy specialist, easy. But we didn't, so we only have 4 coins. So it could be gain silver by specialist. It could be gain silver by shepherd. It could be gain merchant by shepherd, I suppose. And that way we have like a little bit of extra money that isn't relying on adding another stop card. That probably makes the most sense. Okay. Not an amazing draw, but solid. All right. So we're going to top deck one green card. I guess that's fine. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get that specialist. We actually have 6, but I guess we just take another shepherd. We could also take the Devil's Workshop. Now get the imp. We wouldn't want too many imps in the deck, but like 1 or 2 imps in the deck seems like a good thing. The Devil's Workshop itself, I mean, I guess we could always trash it with a cemetery, like after getting an imp or 2. Yeah, all right. Yeah, getting the Ghosted Falconer is really nice. Needing to be able to do the gain and play stuff without having to get like barracks or specialist first. So I think ideally we probably specialist to gain a merchant here so that we can then trash the rest of our copper, like all of it, and still have enough money to buy like 5s or whatever. I am seeing a lack of our imp here. I guess we can specialist the Falconer. I mean, I guess we will. Do we want to gain a copy of it, though, or just play it twice? Probably just play it twice. We take 1 more silver. To be able to hit 5 again. Or even 6 to buy barracks. And then another shepherd. Could also just be another merchant. I'm gonna say shepherd. Ah. Alright, I think 2 imps is about as much as we want. So I think I'm gonna trash the Devil's Workshop now. Maybe 3. I mean, with barracks, it's definitely a little bit more doable to get another one with barracks. I mean, on the other hand, it's nice to be able to play the Falconer. I mean, in theory, specialists can give us the plus actions too, but like if we don't happen to line stuff up, yeah, I think we aim to trash the Devil's Workshop now. I want to get another specialist. The sacrifice. Yeah, we definitely need to get one more specialist because otherwise we can't gain more specialists while we're greening. And I think that's basically the goal, is to buy a specialist this turn and then next turn start provincing, probably. See if we can manage that, but we'll also see if we get punished for taking barracks instead of just buying specialist and then cutting out that extra turn. Well, another reason to trash the Devil's Workshop is because they have 2 Falconers now. I wouldn't mind getting another Falconer if I can, like, gain and play it, you know, within a single turn. I didn't want to do it last turn because didn't draw, but we definitely want that last Shepherd. What is... Oh, they have the Ghost. They can Ghost the Specialist. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this game. Oh, or the Imp. Okay. If we... really wanted to see the Specialist playing this Shepherd now. Yeah, awkward. Aha! Saved, kind of. I mean, we could Falconer for a Cemetery, trash 2 coppers, and then draw more. But then we don't get to Specialist the Falconer. I think I'd rather try to do that. Okay. Gain a Shepherd. Oh, no, wait. No. Undo. Hold on. I'm gonna gain a Cemetery. There should be more... Maybe we just don't gain the other Falconer right now. Oh, that. I forgot to trash the Devil's Workshop. Alright. Yeah, maybe we just play it again. Oh, man. They lined up the specialists. Yeah, we had such a bad draw there, like with the just like Shepherd 1 estate, Shepherd 1 estate. Like, what the heck? What's up with that? I mean, that's how Shepherd works sometimes, of course, but still, it's unjust. Is unjust, highly unjust. Yeah, I mean, I think I think the fact that we happen to draw like the good like Falconer for Cemetery Trash Hand where we did, you know, but it had the Haunted Mirror in it. I don't know, maybe we're supposed to keep the Haunted Mirror. Maybe it was that important. I didn't think it was, but been slow to get going. I mean, there was also the turn where we like didn't manage to get back to the pasture, and so we couldn't hit 5 for the specialist as early as we would have liked to. But yeah, and also last turn was just bad. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was definitely bad. Like, we could have done a lot more if we'd just gotten a little bit better concentration of green with Shepherd, like, at some point during the turn. Yeah. I mean, now we kind of gotta hope that they, like, dud by virtue of having, like, maybe these extra Falconers somehow, like, they just draw a bunch of Falconers or some crap. I don't know. And can't do anything with them. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you have all your uniques in play. Okay, I guess they could have played the sacrifice. They could have imped the sacrifice instead of sacking the imp, but... we do at least have a good draw to start with here. Okay. Kind of want to imp and then just hope that we draw either merchant or the other specialist. But we didn't. Man. So uncalled for. Ugh. Like, we just... I don't... Well, their draws, I guess, just been a lot better. I really don't know. Not gaining a Falconer here seems really bad. We didn't even draw any more green to play with a Shepherd. Do we need the action from this? We won't be able to gain another specialist. Yeah, I think we have to not play this. It's so frustrating. But if we don't, then how do we... We can't gain Specialist and Falconer. It just doesn't work, right? We play Specialist... If we play Specialist once to play... Like, Specialist, we gain... So we gain a Falconer, and then... But then if we gain another Specialist, then like, that's the end of our actions. Bug! Maybe we just don't gain another Falconer. Maybe we just gain a merchant and just go for province. I mean, it doesn't seem great, right? Like we want to be able to gain like estates and cemeteries, but they're probably just gonna pile out next turn. I mean, if they draw on specialist in the cemetery. And I guess that's the other thing. If we gain a Falconer, we make it more likely that they can do that by like, yeah. So, where's our green? Oh my god! All right. We do still have an action, so we can gain a copy of both of these. We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's enough, so we can just gain a copy of this too. Oh, I guess we can play it. Why not? Just in case I did the math wrong. You never know when you might have done the math wrong. Because if you did it wrong and you knew, then you would have just done it right. It all makes sense, I swear. Aha! Aha! That was a thing that I was considering might happen. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, this isn't exactly great either. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? We can't even hit province here because we're like a coin short. But what the fuck is this draw? Like, it's one thing for them to... But, jeez, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is so bad. Ugh. Yeah, if we double play the silver, we hit 7. Turns out we should have double played the merchant, I guess. Do we even gain another copy of Specialist, though? Because that is going to make it easier for them to pile out. And we won't have enough of a points lead to stop them. So I guess we're doing that. It's unbelievable. That is so ridiculous. Just... what the fuck? Yeah, here we go. If we'd at least been able to gain a province... No, I guess that wouldn't have been enough to defend, actually. We would, if we'd found our Falconer and gained a province, then they wouldn't have been able to win that way. They would have had to gain like multiple estates. Maybe. Or buy a province themselves. I don't know. Whatever. It's just it's so bullshit. Like, they added a bunch of extra Falconers to their deck that are stop cards. Like, them dudding, and I'm not saying them dudding was like particularly likely, but them dudding like seemed like plausible from that perspective. But like, this is just stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I can believe that maybe I wasn't supposed to trash the Haunted Mirror when I did, but that's about it. Like, I really don't think there was. Yeah, I don't know. Just, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to take Barracks. Like I said, I guess that would be the other thing. But Barracks like saved my turn, like the second to last turn or whatever. Or I was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably lose even if I don't dud that last turn, but it's just like so offensive. But mostly, yeah, mostly I just think like with I really think a lot of it just comes down to that like either like the alignment of like where the Haunted Mirror was not getting the ghost, or the point where we like hit 4 instead of 5 because we bottom decked the pasture on the like reshuffle after discarding all the green cards. Which like I think there wasn't. I don't think we had a good way to like avoid that because we were trying to draw into the Falconer. Maybe even some of our money as well. I don't remember, but I don't think there was like an opportunity to be like hold the pasture and then guarantee hit 5 or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should have. This game could have at least been closer if things had gone less sideways, but oh well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I don't know when my next match is, but I hope it's going to be this week. So until then.